Okay, no like terms to add here. We just need to move around from left to right and right to left. I'm going to isolate the variable on the left side, so I'm going to subtract 12 here. Negative 5u is less than 3u plus 1. Then I'll subtract 3u to go to the other side. I have negative 8u is less than 1. Then I divide by negative 8. Now be very careful here. You're dividing by a negative. What do you do to the sign? Flip it. So it's negative 1/8. U is greater than negative 1/8. Solving graph. Okay, first thing I'm going to do here is divide by 8. I have the variable on the right side now. All right, now if you want the variable on the left side, all you have to do is flip everything. So flip everything. Okay, and then it says to graph in this case. So here's my number line. There's 0. There's negative 3. It says less than or equal to. Since it's equal, it's a solid circle. And less than means I'm going to the left. Okay, here I have a compound inequality. And since there's two inequality signs, when I subtract one here, I have to do it to the left side and the right side. So I have 12 is less than or equal to 4x. It's less than or equal to 28. Then I divide by 4. Whatever you do in the middle here, you have to do on the right side and the left side. So I end up with 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 7. All right, and we're done. All right, we have two inequalities here. Solve each of them. And the next one, I'm going to subtract 6. Get negative 7w is less than or equal to negative 21. All right, don't flip the sign because you're just subtracting. It's when you're multiplying or dividing by a negative, you flip the sign. All right, just divided by a negative now, so I flip the sign. Okay. These are connected by an OR. So I'm going to graph now. And here I have 2, here's 3. And it's w is less than or equal to. So equal to, solid dot, going to the left, less than. And greater than for 3, so it's solid dot once again because it's equal to, and I'm going to the right. On to the next problem. Okay, here we have an absolute value inequality. All right, since it's greater than, and we have the absolute value by itself, you want to think greater than, we're going to connect the two inequalities we come up with an OR. So I have 3 minus 5u is greater than or equal to 33 for the positive case. Then for the negative case, be careful here, because you have to flip the sign around. Okay, and they're connected by an OR. Okay, now let's work out these two inequalities. So subtract 3. Negative 5u is greater than or equal to 30. Then I divide by negative 5. U is greater than or equal to, oops, not greater than or equal to. What is it? Less than or equal to negative 6. All right, got to flip that sign around because you're dividing by a negative. Now I'm dividing by a negative once again, so I have to flip that sign around. Okay. And 36 divided by 5 is 7 1/5. All right, and these are connected once again by an OR. So I'm going to go to the number line. Here I have negative 6. It's less than or equal to, solid dot, going to the left. And then 7 1/5. It's going to be solid once again because it's equal to, I'm going to the right. Now to the next example. Solving graph. All right, another absolute value inequality. This one says less than. So you want to think less than. It's just a trick to memorizing how you connect the inequalities. So I have 2p minus 7 is less than or equal to 13. And then I have the negative case. Right, and they're connected by an and. All right, before, when we connected them with an or, you're just concerned about what's being covered by the graphs. For and means where the graphs overlap for your final answer. Okay, so for 31, I'm going to start off adding 7 here. Divide by 2. All right, then I'm going to add 7 here. Get 2p is greater than or equal to negative 6. Divide by 2, p is greater than or equal to negative 3. Once again, they're connected by an and you're concerned about where the graphs overlap. Okay, let's see where that happens. Or if it happens. All right, so negative 3 is over here. It says greater than or equal to, so I'm here and I'm going to the right. Then it says 10, 10's over here. It says less than or equal to, and I'm going to the left. Now, where do the graphs overlap? Right here. Between negative 3 and 10. Okay, so you're going to have to write a compound inequality starting at negative 3, ending at 10. I'm working with the variable p, and your signs always point to the left. All right, and you're done. Okay, so just for clarification, you read this the normal way, from left to right, and for this one here, you could read this one backwards. P is greater than or equal to negative 3, because that's what's happening here, right? Going to the right. Okay, that's how you combine the two inequalities into one. All right, consider this function. What is h of 8? Okay, this does not mean h times 8. It means that you're plugging in 8 for x in this expression. So it's just a matter of understanding how to interpret function terminology. All right, so I'm plugging in 8 for x, so I'm going to have 8 minus 1 times 8 plus 1. So I end up with 7 times 9, which is 63. All right, and if you understand how to interpret this information here, the problem is super easy. All right, 35, consider the function. What is f of negative 3? Once again, here's my negative 3. It means I'm plugging in negative 3 for x here. So I'm going to have negative 3 cubed plus negative 3 squared plus negative 3. All right, what is negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3? Well, I get 27. Is it positive or negative, though? Watch out for that. It's going to be negative. Here I have negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9. Then I have plus negative 3, so I end up with minus 3. 27 plus 9 is negative 18. Minus 3 is negative 21. Done. What is the x-intercept of the line? Figuring out intercepts is super simple. You simply take the opposite variable, which is y, and you set it equal to 0. It's as simple as that. So 5x minus 7 times 0 plus 35 equals 0. That's gone. So I have 5x plus 35 equals 0. I want to isolate the variable now. So I'm going to move the 35 over. So I subtract it now because I'm going to the other side of the equation. And I divide by 5. And x is equal to negative 7. All right, there's my x-intercept. Graph a line with the following intercepts. X-intercept negative 1. So I go along the x-axis, and it's at negative 1. Then the y-intercept, I go along the y-axis, and I go to negative 5. And all you need is 2 points to graph a line. It's as simple as that. All right, so the line passes through, what's this point here? Negative 1, 0. And this point here is 0, negative 5. All right.